Good day traders and investors, welcome to our newest update in which we are going to cover multiple important setups that can take place in the following week between the 15th and the 19th of January 2024. Probably the most important setup to take in consideration is related to the Bitcoin and the fact that now officially SEC has approved the Bitcoin ETFs. Make sure that you stay with me until the end of this video so that you can understand what you need to be following for the Bitcoin price going forward from here. Before we get started, an important announcement. We are now having a live account on TradingView. You can follow us over there as we are constantly sharing high potential trading setups. You're going to find the link for our TradingView profile down in the description, together with the links for our Telegram channel, Instagram profile and TikTok profile. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first very important setup to take in consideration is actually related to a long-term chart on the gold. What you have in front of you is a daily chart for gold, and what you can notice is that for the last couple of months, since the 10th of November, gold has formed this huge symmetrical triangle right over here. In the next few days, we are most likely going to get a breakout out of this. And depending on the direction in which we get the breakout, this can indicate the general direction in the price of gold for the next few weeks. As per the definition of the pattern, once we get a breakout of the symmetrical triangle, depending on the direction in which we get the breakout, we can get a movement either up or down equivalent to the distance between the lowest and the highest point in this pattern. This distance over here, as you can notice, is close to $215. This means that if the price breaks to the upside, then, according to the pattern, the price of gold can reach between 2,250 and 2,270. If the price breaks to the downside, then an equivalent drop can take the price down close to the 1,800 levels, which is going to align with this major point over here and the major low point right over here. Couple of extra confluences to take in consideration regarding the gold that give further confirmation of a possible breakout to the upside are the fact that since down over here, the price has been moving in a very obvious bullish market structure. And also you can notice that the price has been respecting the 50-period exponential moving average on the daily chart pretty well for the last couple of months. Over here it hit it and bounced straight up, then here it hit it, bounced straight up, and over here you can notice that it hit it and started bouncing to the upside again. As you are looking in this current market structure over here, there are a couple of very important levels that you need to take in consideration. That would be the previous major low point, which is located right over here, and the previous major high point, which is located right over here. The previous major high point is important as it's acting as a resistance. It's actually the only resistance that the price can encounter on its way up before getting to a new all-time high. But the major low point is also important because if the price drops down to it and breaks below it, then this is going to be an indication for an end of this general uptrend. So make sure that you monitor very carefully how the price is going to develop in the following week. This can determine the general movement for a few weeks ahead in time and a movement of over $200. The next chart that we are going to observe is very interesting. It's a 4-hour chart on crude oil. Now initially you can notice that since September the price has been moving in a very obvious downtrend channel, but if we zoom in on it, we can notice that starting from over here, back on the 23rd of December, the price started breaking up out of this channel. It broke up above it once, then dropped in it again, broke out of it again, then again. This was showing a lot of pushing the price to get out of this downtrend movement. Now, in the process over here, the price ended up forming a symmetrical triangle, as you can notice. So what we have so far is a general downtrend channel, the price showing indication that it may reverse to an uptrend, and in the process it formed a symmetrical triangle. Now, if we zoom in closer on it, you can notice that the price already produced a breakout over here, and now it's dropping and it's retesting the resistance of the pattern, now acting as a support. The development on this point is going to be extremely important. Notice how it's going to open on Monday. If it gives an indication for a rebounce from this level, you can take this as an entry. Now, if the price starts going up, the first resistance that it may encounter would be from this major high point over here at a level between 75.60 and 76. Once the price hits this level, it might break it and go straight up towards the 79.80 levels, or it may correct again to the area of about 72.73 before getting the chance to go up again. One final thing to have in mind over here. So putting the channel aside, you can notice that those purple lines are showing us a bearish market structure. Now, with those last three swings over here, the price is creating circumstances for a possible reversal to a bullish structure. We already have this upswing, then a drop forming a potential low point that might be higher than the previous major low. And what we need now is for the price to go up and break above this major high point over here, located at around 76.20. Once the price breaks above this level, then we're going to get valid conditions of a bullish market structure, which may take the price even above 80. The next setup on our list is very interesting. We're looking on a 4-hour chart for pound dollar. The orange lines are showing you that the price has been moving in a general bullish market structure since the end of October. Now, recently, from the 23rd of December, you can notice that the price started forming this symmetrical triangle. The symmetrical triangle did produce a breakout last week. We're going to get back to this in a moment. But for now, notice how the price actually dropped and tested the major low point over here, then went up, retested it with this wick again, and went up. This is showing that the previous major low point is acting as a very strong support level. Additionally, with this wick over here, you can notice that the price also tested the 200 period exponential moving average. Now, speaking of the moving averages, over here the 20 and the 50 crossed for a bullish movement, and if we look at the moving averages over here, currently they are aligned to indicate that the price is in a general uptrend. Monitor very closely how the price is going to open on Monday and how it's going to act in the first few hours. If the price gives an indication for a rebound to the upside, you can consider this as an entry. But if the price starts dropping down and it breaks below those levels over here, in other words below 1.2690, then this can invalidate the pattern. Next one on the list, seems like we are getting quite a lot of triangles in today's update. We're looking on a 1-hour chart for the FTSE index, UK100. On this 1-hour chart, you can notice that the price has been forming, again, a symmetrical triangle. But what is important about this one, if we move to a bigger time frame, say to a daily chart, what we can notice is that since February 2023 until the end of 2023 in December, the price has been forming this massive triangle over here. Now, you can notice that in December the price produced this breakout, and now the price is dropping and it's retesting the resistance level of this pattern, which is now acting as a support. This is also exactly where we are getting our 1-hour symmetrical triangle forming. One other confluence that you can take in consideration, if you stretch the Fibonacci levels on this last general upswing, you can notice that the lowest point of the price is bouncing exactly from the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement. So going back to the 1 hour chart, the development from this level early on Monday is going to be very important. If the price breaks down of this range effectively, then have in mind that it may drop to the low point of this pattern over here, which is around 7,570, 7,580. Now, one extra thing to have in consideration, monitor if this pattern, in case it breaks to the downside, won't take the price again below this long-term support from the pattern. I'm jumping back to the daily so that I can show it to you. This one over here, if the price manages to break below it effectively and you get a daily candle closing below this line, then this might send the price for a further down movement. If, however, the price manages to break to the upside, then according to this pattern, you can target levels between 7,740 and 7,770. Finally, we're getting to the Bitcoin. In the previous week, we got a very important announcement that has been long awaited. The US SEC has finally approved the Bitcoin ETFs. This has been expected for quite a while, and now that it's a fact, it's very important how the price is going to develop in the next 1 or 2 weeks. On this chart in front of you, we're looking on the Bitcoin at a daily time frame. If we zoom in on it, you can notice that in the previous week, the price went up over here, reaching over 49,000, and in the process, it entered this very important and very strong resistance range. What is making it so important is that if you zoom back, you can notice that it's formed from this level, this one, and this one. But if the price manages to go up and break above it, you can notice that there isn't any other significant resistance up to the previous all-time high. We can say that the development of the price in this region over here, which might take about 1 or 2 weeks, can determine how the price might move in the next 2 to 3 months. If the price manages to bounce to the downside effectively, then it can drop down to the support range created from those major lows over here and the high points here, here, and here. This is giving a potential range between 30,000 and 35,000. If, however, the price manages to break effectively above this range, then it may go straight to the levels of the previous all-time high. A possible range would be between 65,000 and 69,000. Purely technically, something to have in mind are the exponential moving averages. On the daily chart, the 20, 50 and 200 have been aligned for a few months now, indicating that the price is in a general uptrend. You can notice that as the price went up and hit this resistance range, then it corrected to the downside and it fell exactly to the 50 exponential moving average. It's very important if the price is going to bounce up from this level and climb back in the resistance range again, or if it's going to break below it. If it does break below it, then it can drop down to the 200 exponential moving average, which is aligning with this lower support range between 30,000 and 35,000. If the price manages to climb back up, have in mind that it may fluctuate for a while in this range before it gets the chance to break out in either direction. Finally, as we've mentioned, no matter if the price goes up or down, the respective movement in either direction can take another 2 to 3 months. Don't forget that in April 2024 we're going to get the next Bitcoin halving. So no matter if the price moves down or up, by the time it manages to reach either this major support range or the major resistance range from the previous all-time highs, it may align with the next Bitcoin halving. Monitor very closely the development in the price in the next few days around this region. I hope that you've enjoyed our latest update, and I hope that it can help you in the following days. As you've noticed, 3 of those setups have short-term potential, while 2 of them, the GOAT and the Bitcoin, are looking in the long term. I'm reminding you to check our new TradingView profile and follow us if you would like to get constant updates over trading setups and ideas that we are sharing. Additionally, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also find us on Telegram, Instagram, and TikTok. All of the links you're going to find down in the description. I'll see you next time.